I got something to show you guys. This turned out good. What's going on, you guys? So diving in on this stippling job on this FN. So you can see already cut away and created the very light borders. These are not deep borders, but it's a clean line. Looks messy right now because you're seeing essentially what's underneath what will be the stippling, but the lines are straight. Was able to connect this this teardrop tail around the back of the mag release. Started with 80 grit sanding drums on the Dremel, took off all of what if you can remember were pyramids right through here into a standard stippling texture that's laid down at the factory. There was a gap here right between the side panel and then the fingertip grip. There was never any grooves for your fingers to sit in, so it was just one flat panel of more pyramids that were on the front, and then you can see how this is turning out. So looking pretty good. The borders are nice and clean. Once we get this thing CERAKOTED, we'll lay down the midnight bronze and black over the whole surface. Actually, I won't worry too much about hitting the stippling, and then I'll go back over and we'll actually mask off and then respray this black. The customer would like this grip to be black, so that should be fun to do. Lots of different lines and angles, but here we go. We'll go ahead and show a little bit of the stippling technique here. Iron gets hot. If you let it sit for a long time, these irons just continue to heat up, but you can see we're doing pretty good here. This temperature seems to be fine. My variable temperature iron is actually broken at the moment. New one's on order. It should be here shortly. So I'm going old school here with the standard wood burner to get this done. Another good thing to have around is a little piece of like 3M sanding pads, little wool or steel wool would also work, but you get this stuff on the tip. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus. Probably not. You get this stuff on the tip of your iron. Yeah, that's unfortunate. It's not. There you go. You can see it. It's little black stuff. It's all the polymer that's actually burned onto the tip. It's good to have something to wipe that away because it'll actually start to embed in your grip. So here we go. All right, so you can see how that's done. Coming along nice. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera off, finish up, and then I'll show you the end result. All right, everybody, we're back. So this is all done. Turned out great. Tried to follow a couple things that are pretty cool. Actually, a couple things just to talk to you about. So backstrap on the FN, different type of polymer. It's actually not polymer at all. It's just standard plastic. I'm not sure, I don't know what all the technical names are for plastic, to be honest, but this is definitely not the same material as the frame. So if you see, it's a little slipperier when you're stippling. The tip wants to move quicker. So you have to adjust as you're going to make sure that the pattern is matching. This is just my standard everyday carry. It's not too grippy. It's not gonna rub you raw on your stomach. But as you can see, came out really clean. Really happy with this. Try to follow, if you see how this frame is laid out, there's a lot of angles like this naturally. So you can see it back here on the grip. There's a forward cant of obviously the actual whole grip module. And so I tried to follow that with this upper section, this line here and this line down here. So you can see how thin this gets right here where the magazine enters in the magwell. I think that's just a design element from FN. This was just no texture whatsoever. It was a lot like this, you know, before we got going on this. So you got to be careful when you get down here to the bottom. You don't want to melt that and fold it over on itself. So when you slip the magazine in here, as you can see, this line carries through. So should be good. So next step for this, go ahead and do the CERAKOTE. Remember, we're going midnight bronze with a camo, and midnight bronze and black on a savage camo, so it's a blurred camo on the slide and on the frame. And then the grip is going to go graphite black, just straight black. Should have some nice camo showing up on this border. Should have some camo down here on the bottom of the base plate, around these edges, all in the magwell, trigger guard, and the upper part of the frame around the... What's up, everybody? Just wanted to give you a quick update. This is what a lot of people ask me, hey, what's the process that you put my gun through when you CERAKOTE it? It goes through a media blasting process. You can see that we've already finished the stippling on here, but then everything's been media blasted, and you know, you don't often get a chance to look at what this looks like when it's between blasting and prep and CERAKOTE. So you can see I left the RMR plate. It's actually a modular RMR plate, modular rear sight plate in place because I wanted to have really, really clean graphics and shapes between the slide and the plate. So this is it. You can see that all of the coating has been blasted off, and you're just left with sort of this it's 120 grit aluminum oxide beading that's been blasted on there, and we get everywhere. So I get all the way inside this, and then the same thing with the actual frame. So it's blasted slightly lighter pressure, 50 pounds instead of 100 pounds, but that takes off any imperfections. So just on to CERAKOTing. Went ahead and sprayed the first color down. If you see here, like I don't try to cover the whole grip because the whole grip is going to be going black. So don't worry too much about that, but really just trying to make sure I'm focused on the margins in the trigger well, underneath the trigger guard, and everywhere on the slide, obviously, in the frame. So that's the first color. Pretty basic. Put that color down, and then I'm going to use one of my own multicolor or multicam stencils to lay down a pattern, and then put some black, actually I'll put black down first and then bake it one more time, bring it back out with some of the striping on it, and then I'll lay down my camo pattern, and then I'll make marks in certain areas on the actual stencil while it's on the pistol put together like this, joining the frame, and then I'll mark where I'm going to put midnight bronze and black again, and I'll go back over and I'll mix midnight black and bronze over some of the corresponding areas, and then pull the stencils off after the final bake, and then you'll have your final product. So back here now with the stencils on. I'm not going to give away too much of my magic, but I do mark them to let me know where I need to lay down my next set of colors. So you can just see how dense the stencil pattern is, and there's several overlap layers between the frame and the slide. So just wanted to show you that. Off to spray. just because I know you guys are gonna be interested. This is what it looks like after the vinyl stencils have been applied and 2 layers of the different colors have been applied back over the stencils. Ends up being really cool. So hey, let's do, I'll let you guys see kind of what it looks like as we remove just a little so you can get a good understanding what this is gonna look like. Oh dude, yeah, that's gonna be good. It's real subtle. The 2 colors are really dark. So, you know, your transitions between things are gonna be Savage Camo is where you've got a mixture of hard lines and you've got a mixture of really blended lines. I think Mad Customs calls it Mad Camo. Everybody does this type of camo. I like some spots that stay really dark. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna remove all of them off of the slide and the frame, and then the next step would be to mask off the grip zone and spray it all back black. And I'm gonna leave the FN logo kind of multicolored. I think that'll look good. It'll tie into the rest of the frame, tie into the slide, and I think we'll have a good overall looking piece. And here we are. So pulled all those stencils off, sprayed those last 2 colors after or before, then pulled all those stencils off, masked off the grip, and laid down some graphite black in just the grip zone area. But yeah, all the stencil lines still lined up. Turned out really good. So you can see where, you know, the design flows into the upper portion. This is sort of the look that you're gonna get if you decide to go with that. You can check out all the pricing on my website, savagecoating.com. But yeah, that's the FN 509. That's the what's on the bench build for week 2. Turned out cool. I mean, I like the way this thing looked just stock, but this looks good too. But yeah, this Apex tactical trigger, this is nice. I've heard these are kind of a pain to install on this thing. I didn't have too much trouble actually getting this thing apart. I thought I was gonna have more trouble than most, but this locking block pin can be a little challenging. Guys apparently break their frame. I don't know. I hear these stories all the time. Oh man, this is like the hardest thing to take apart, but then you just use common sense. I mean, don't hit on a mallet on this thing, you know, with like a 5-pound mallet. I just used a standard jeweler's mallet. And actually a tapered nail punch. Let me see if I've got it. I think it's right here. Oh, here it is. It's actually still got some paint from some house projects on it. They carry steel all the way from the top all the way through, and it's got a nice thing to hold on to, so you can really get on top of things. And it goes in from this side through to the other side. You really want to get some solid strikes, especially for the last couple strikes coming back this way. You can see this thing got set in there just perfect. But yeah, I mean, I think the person who took it apart before me had a little bit of a challenge. You can see some of this marring on the frame right next to the takedown lever. Anyways, yeah, Apex tactical trigger in there, in that 509. Looks good. Hope you guys liked it. Okay, that was it. That was the FN 509 What's on the Bench build. I think this thing turned out great. I think that if you're asking for my Savage camo in a blurred 2-tone, you really can't beat this. I think this Apex tactical trigger, that color just really works with this, with these colors. I also left the RMR plate. There's like a plate underneath the RMR plate that actually removes. I think it's part of the modular sight system. It kind of matches that Apex tactical gold that's going on that. I think it's FDE anodized, but it looks like gold. I did it, and the people who are picking this up are pretty stoked on it. I think it looks good. Olympia Arms, again, if you want to pick it up, it'll probably be on their website in the next couple weeks. But yeah, this thing turned out good. I had fun building this, had fun showing you guys how to do it. If you feel like something needs to change with the way this video is shot, with the way I'm showing you how to do these things, if you want me to profile the gun a little more, if you want me to do a little more research and talk to you a little bit more about how that particular customer has theirs built out, just tell me what you want in the comments below, and make sure you're subscribing as well. In order to be entered in the Nomad frame, don't forget about that. And if you missed it, you can go back and you can watch video 1 in this series. But if you want to get entered into a Nomad frame giveaway, it's a Nomad 9. Go ahead and make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Make sure you like Nomad Defense on Instagram. Make sure you're following my Instagram as well. So as long as you do those 3 things, subscribe to this channel, follow both of us, you're entered in the giveaway, and I'm gonna do it at 1,000 subscribers to this channel, not 5,000. So 1,000 subscribers to this channel. At 5,000, I'm gonna be giving away a slide and a frame, all custom CERAKOTED, something like this. I will make it happen for you. You just gotta let me know what you want and be subscribed to this and like both of our channels. So make sure you're following along. I appreciate you guys watching. Next week, we're gonna do an AR-10 and M81 woodland camo. I think you guys are gonna love that. It's a hardline camo, so there's no blurring between the colors. It's really tricky to do. Make sure you stay tuned, hit the notification button, and you're gonna get all of the best stuff that I can offer. And hopefully these videos just keep getting better. Thanks for watching, you guys. Keep them high and tight.